Hello everybody, I hope you're very well and welcome to this Here to Help video on removing brackets in algebra. Let's get started. This is our first question here. So in order to work out an algebra equation, we want to know what the letter is equal to essentially. So we want to know what this y is equal to, and this y could be any number. But in this particular question, we're just going to work out on what's known as expanding the brackets, so getting rid of them essentially. So what we do is we times these numbers and these letters within the brackets by -3. The reason for that is because -3 isn't in the brackets, which means that that's how we can get rid of them, by timesing it by -3, and then we can also eradicate -3. So let's start. So here's -3. So first of all, I want to do -3 times by y. So this here is -3 times by positive y. So the thing we have to remember is a positive times a positive equals a positive. A negative times a negative equals a positive. And a negative times a positive equals a negative. Okay, so what we've got here is a negative times a positive. The -3y times by the positive y. How do we know it's positive y? Because there's no sign in front of it, which means it's positive. So this negative, we're doing a negative times by a positive. So that is going to give us -3y. So basically we just put a y on the end in this case because it's a positive and a negative, which means it's going to stay negative. So it's going to be -3y because -3 times y equals -3y. And then we're going to do -3 times -2. So this is a negative times a negative, which equals a positive. So that means it's just going to be 6. So the reason for that is because we've got a negative times a negative, so that makes it a positive number. And the 3 times 2 is 6, so it makes it 6. So I can't do -6 because that's -6, and I can't just do 6 because there's no operation there, so it has to be +6. So that is the equation. So -3y plus 6. So why do we not need to put -3 there anymore? Because we've merged -3 with both these numbers, so it's no longer required there. It's kind of being represented by the letters there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at expanding these brackets, so getting rid of these brackets, and then also simplifying the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to handle this section first. So I won't go through it all again, I'll just give you a very quick talk through it, just because I don't want to bore you guys. So -5 times positive m, it will be -5m. -5 times positive 3 will be -15. And then what we want to do, I don't want to put in this minus symbol, I don't want to bring that down, because what there might be is that if that was a -4, that would be +8. So I wouldn't put that in until we've sorted out this first. So what's -2 times 4? -8. So now we know that subtraction sign there is good. And then -2 times -m, that's a negative times a negative, so it's going to be a positive, so plus 2m. And then, like I said, we're going to be simplifying this. So what we want to do is, first of all, we want to do -5m, add 2m. So how do we know this is a -5m? Because it's got the symbol in front of it, a negative symbol, a subtraction symbol in front of it. So whatever the symbol in front of a number is, that tells you if that number is positive or negative. And if it's no symbol, it's positive. So -5m plus 2m, that's going to take us to -3m. And then -15 minus 8, that is going to put you further down into the negatives to give you -23. So that is that simplified as far as it'll go. Okay? So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and see you next time on Here to Help. Bye for now.